Hello and welcome to Honors Political Science 115. My name's Jonathan Parker. I'm your instructor for the course. First things first, please remember and keep in mind you're all honor students, and I've had honor students before, so I know you will. That class meets on both Tuesdays and Thursdays from 12 to 1:15. I've had problems with that in the past. Second thing, my email. This was the common spelling of Jonathan when I was a boy, and up until about 7 or 8 years ago. Now it's John, Jonathon, all sorts of different things. My name is not that hard to spell. It's right here. It's right there. I know it's on your schedule. I know it's on the Canvas shell. It's in at least 5 different places. I cannot answer emails that I don't get. All right? And students invariably, without fail, send emails to JOHN or JONATHON every semester. I don't know who those people are, but the emails don't bounce, evidently. So don't bother whoever those people are. I'm the guy you need to send the stuff to. I can't get it if I don't receive it. And, you know, I think it's a little unfair to get mad at me for answering an email I never got. All right. So, office hours. I'm in 216C in the East Peoria building. That's the building we'll be having class in. So, come see me. 11:45 to 1:30 on Mondays and Wednesdays, and then Tuesdays, 1:15 to 1:45. I'm just there for a little bit. And I am willing to hold other office hours. If we can find something that's mutually agreeable, that works with both our schedules, I will hold office hours. I will come home, and at 8 o'clock at night, I'll fire up Zoom. It's whatever. I am here, and I am totally invested in the success of, it's 9 of you right now, but I think it'll get up to 10 or 11 probably by the time we meet on Tuesday. So talk to me to coordinate a meeting if you wish to exercise this option. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns during the semester, please reach out. I'd like to think, and I've been told, that I am an incredibly friendly individual, extremely approachable, likable even. I can't read your mind. That is not one of my powers. I won't know that you are having difficulty unless you tell me. The point is, come to me. I'm not that scary. Say, Mr. Parker, I don't quite understand this concept. We'll go back to the office, and I'll explain it to you for however long it takes, especially on a Monday or Wednesday. This is the break between my first class of that day and the time my second class starts. So I am going to go out of my mind if I am just sitting in my office by myself for that long. I'm available by email otherwise, and I will endeavor to get back to you within 1 business day of your inquiry. All right? I just want to tell you a little bit about me. I'm working 2 jobs. I've got a 1-year-old daughter. I'm pursuing a graduate certificate so I can teach history here at ICC. I'm not saying this all in the spirit of poor me. I'm just saying I know you guys have a lot of stuff going on, a full life outside of the classroom. I do too. So we can all work together. So an email is going to be answered within 1 business day. So an email sent on Monday will be answered on Tuesday. An email sent on Friday, on the other hand, will be answered by the following Monday at the latest. Now, honors students I've not had this problem with, but, you know, certain classes, there are individuals who might email me at 3, then get aggravated that I don't respond by 3:01, and send me another email asking if I got that last email. Then 3:05 rolls around. That accomplishes nothing. All right? Just wait. If you don't want to come to my office hours, wait for the response. If you don't get a response within a day, you are well within your rights to send another email. But an email 1 minute and then 5 minutes after you send the first one, that's going to do nothing but aggravate you and aggravate me. All right. So, general information. I don't need to read this to you. I don't really need to read this to you either, nor this. Make sure you have the text. I'd say we use the text a medium amount. I mean, we don't live in the textbook, but we don't, you know, we're going to use it, just probably not as much as you would in your other classes. You have to get it. All right. We used to do an inclusive access where the book was online. It didn't work well, as they never had me teaching in a computer lab where we could look at the book. Wi-Fi here is spotty at best, as I'm sure you figured out by now, and it just wasn't working. So we went back to paperback, and the bookstore has the right book that they're going to give you. All right, so get it through there, or if you can find it cheaper on Amazon, or maybe Thrift Books or Goodreads or something, you know, other internet site, go for it. All right, 14th edition, Pearson 2022. Then handouts that I provide, we get through these every semester. I haven't managed the Universal Declaration of Human Rights or the Virginia Statute of Religious Freedom yet. I'm hopeful that since you're an honors class, and I can actually skip the first couple of units with you guys, we might be able to get there this semester. So, course policies. If you need to get a hold of me outside of class or office hours, utilize the email address listed at the top of page 1 at the syllabus. JONATHAN. I will try. I will do everything in my power to respond to all emails within 24 hours. I've told you, 1-year-old daughter, student, myself, you know, working 2 jobs. Just telling you that again in the spirit of, you know, this isn't the only thing I'm doing either, like many of you. I'll try to get it within a day. You know, if it's 25 or 26 hours, I mean, don't crucify me. I will not answer any emails sent on Saturday or Sunday until the following Monday. Now, sometimes I'm on the work email on a Saturday. If you do get a response, you got really lucky. Don't expect that to be the norm. So plan accordingly. Assignment submissions, I'm old school. And I'm old school for a reason, because when there have been too many instances for my liking of technology breaking down and us losing data, whether that be grades or assignment submissions or things like that. Everything is going to be that you hand in will be a hard copy that you print out and bring to class. Or if you have very good handwriting, that you write out and bring to class. And I mean very good. I will not grade what I cannot read. If you get sick, email me to let me know that you're ill when you can. I understand that can't happen right away a lot of the times. And bring whatever work was due for that class the next time. Turn it in, it's fine. I take your word for it most of the time. There should never be an instance, though, when you were emailing me an assignment. I've gotten emails in the past, though, saying something to the effect of, I can't come to class because I need to study for a test I have later. I'll turn in my work next class, and that's verbatim an email I got. Take it from me, you're not going to be turning in anything if I get an email from you that says something approximating that. That's just disrespectful. I don't like it, and if you're gonna lie, I think you can come up with a better lie than that. Academic citation. I'm big on this. So, whenever you turn in a written assignment, you're required to cite your source. If you use a direct quote from a book, article, website, you paraphrase a chunk of text from the book, article, or website, you present a theory, argument, or opinion that doesn't belong to you, you need to cite your source. Inline citations bibliographic entries. I think, anyway, my last honors class, they were very good at the bibliographic citations and the inline citations, but there's this site, easybib.com. I know there are a million others like it. It's just the one I used when I was a student. You have to view an ad now to get a citation for free, but the site still works. So inline citations are expected in any writing assignments that you turn in where you have used outside sources, the exception being the textbook. If it's from the textbook, you don't need to cite it. General guidelines. And I know, well, let me just add something there. I know what's in the textbook and what's not in the textbook, so don't try to put one by me that way. And now general guidelines. If you have any doubts about whether something needs to be cited, just cite it. I've never taken off points for too many citations. I just exit out, excuse me, and say you didn't need to cite this. No points are deducted. It's, we're all learning. So I don't feel, the need to deduct points for unnecessary citations. Don't take chances with your grade. Okay, I take plagiarism very seriously. Very, very seriously. If I think something's off, I mean, don't do it. Don't do it. It's not worth it. It wastes a bunch of my time and a bunch of your time if I have to write one of you up for plagiarism. If you're confused about what plagiarism is, ask me. All right, I'd rather you ask me than, than I get a paper from you that is completely plagiarized. Wikipedia, not an academic resource. Do not cite Wikipedia in any work that you do this semester. It will negatively impact your grade. Mr. Parker, you say, how will it negatively impact my grade? How much will it negatively impact my grade? Answer, do you really want to find out? And we'll leave it at that. So, more on academic misconduct. Summing it up, based on the severity of the offense, the instructor may recommend failure for an assignment or failure for the course. Multiple instances of academic misconduct could include sanctions up to dismissal from the college. I have failed people for assignments. I've never had to fail anyone for the course. I will do it. I hope I don't have to, but I will do it. It's not something I look forward to, but you need to not plagiarize. Okay? So this has been an issue every semester I've taught here. The first time I catch you plagiarizing, I will give you a 0. 1 point assignment or a 1,000,000 point assignments. You're not going to get a chance to make it up. All right? The second time I catch you plagiarizing, I will fail you for the course. No exceptions to this will be made. Now, late submissions. I don't accept late work unless, there's something that happened. There's a serious illness in the family, somebody, there's a whole variety. Somebody died, you lost your house, your house burned down in the middle of the night. I hope that doesn't happen. I hope that to anybody, any sort of thing, come talk to me. We'll work something out. I understand that emergencies happen, unforeseen circumstances exist. It's fine. It is fine. If you come to me, though, with an excuse like I went to a Chris Brown concert last night, that was an excuse once upon a time. Or I had other homework to do, that was an excuse once upon a time. You're not turning in anything, though. So, standard 10-point grading scale, and this is what you all have been waiting for. 2 tests worth 150 points, excuse me. A pre-test, which you'll take on the first or second day of class, just depending on how quickly we get through the syllabus. Post-test, 75 points. Attendance, there'll be 100 points. Term paper will be 150 points. There'll be a 50-point mini-speech, 100 points worth of Federalist papers. Book assignment, 90 points. Classwork and homework as it's signed. Expect at least 100 points, but there'll probably be some more. And a college-mandated essay, I'll be quite honest, I'll be frank, I'm a little confused about what this is and what they're wanting me to do. So if we have to do this, I will make it as painless as possible for you guys. That's all I can say. So don't worry about this. This may not even happen. But it'll be quick and painless if it does have to happen. So useful news resources. Some are a little left-leaning, some are a little right-leaning, you know. You can go through those. The BBC, I will comment and just say that sometimes foreign press covers us better, and I think without as much of a slant than our own domestic media. All right, miscellaneous. I do not advise taking a test and then forgetting about the material. So one topic on this course builds on another. So you'll be hearing and dealing with everything, and I mean everything, we study throughout the semester. So a subject like federalism, and federalism, you know, is really, there wouldn't be a whole lot of an American national government course to talk about as such without federalism. So that might appear on test 1, and hey, you know, you guys missed questions 1, 5, and 8. Okay. Guess what might be appearing on test 2? Guess what might be appearing on the final? All topics are not created quite equal. And I don't anticipate this being a problem. Being an honors course, it's not the responsibility of the instructor to chase you down to make sure you are keeping up with your work. If you miss a class, you must ask me or a classmate what, if anything, you missed. If you choose not to do this, you're going to start seeing a lot of zeros on Canvas. Attendance policy. There's a 100-point grade attached to you showing up to class to encourage attendance. So there'll be a binder. I'm just going to sum this up real quick. There'll be a binder at the front of the room when you come in with your name listed. You sign in on the binder. You find your name, Jonathan Parker, okay, JP next to your name for the date of that class. Okay, you're there. You've marked yourself present. You got to do that because, well, there are 3 reasons why. 1, when we come to the end of the semester, that's going to help determine your 100-point grade. 2, the college wants me to mark never attenders and non-attenders in the class. Never attenders are, it's obvious, people who never came, and non-attenders are people who stopped attending or turning in work and all that. So, come to class. Here's just a note, though. I had students in semesters past who didn't come to class for 2 weeks because they thought I had COVID. I have no idea why they thought I had COVID. There was no indication. I think they just didn't want to come to class. This is not an acceptable excuse. An excuse like this will be considered an unexcused absence. You're going to lose the points from your attendance grade, and you may end up being dropped. The whole point of this really is just keep an open line of communication with me, and you're going to be just fine. You'll learn something. You might even enjoy yourself. Stranger things have happened in a government class, I know, than enjoying yourself and learning things. Projected course schedule. Introduction. We'll talk about Magna Carta. The book doesn't do a real good job, I feel, of talking about how we got here. It's just kind of like, okay, you know, we all got off the boat and had this great country. You know, maybe we fought the British and everything was fine. We need to discuss a little more, you know, what are the roots, what are the root causes of our country, and how was it formed, and what are the ideas, and how far back do they go, and things like that. We'll get to it. Federalism, democratic theory, political parties, then we'll have test 1 fairly quickly, a month from tomorrow. I might push it back. It just depends on how into the material you guys get. Campaigning and elections. You can go through this on your own. Test 2, March 30th. The test dates are pretty much set in stone, so I would not advise, you know, saying, okay, Mr. Parker, I've scheduled a family vacation on March 30th. Well, okay, you're going to miss a 150-point test. And the final exam is to be announced. Just depends on what the schedule are. All our schedules are. It might be easier, say, for me to just do the final exam online. I've done that before. It's not a problem. So spring breaks March 13th through the 17th. I will meet you all on the 17th of January after MLK Day. Last day of class is May 8th, and the finals May 9th to 15th. Guest lecture. I don't know if we'll do this or not. Just depends on what people's schedules are like. I like to bring learned people in with practical political experience to talk with you guys. If that can be arranged, I will make that happen. These people are of my acquaintance. I have been for some time a player on the state political stage, so these guys, for example, the president of the Tazewell County Women's Republican Association, or the chairman of the Libertarian Party of Illinois, they might come in and say hi, talk to you a little bit about who they are, what they do, why it's important. I'll make that happen. Now, people in the past have accused me of trying to indoctrinate. No. The reason these people come in, A, they're wonderful at what they do. B, they don't charge. And C, they don't charge. I don't get a budget from ICC for doing that, if indeed I do that. So that's the main reason if anybody does come in, that they're coming in. They don't charge me. All right. The instructor reserves the right to add or subtract from any part of the syllabus as the semester progresses. He will make every attempt to notify students of changes during regular class meetings through, that should say, Canvas, and through email. And I will. Normally I try to wait and seek your consent for a change, but sometimes it just has to be made on the fly. All right. There are some planned assignments which you can go through on your own and ask me about in class if you have any questions. I think it's fairly straightforward. There's an assignment calendar and due dates down here. Now, I just want to make it very clear. Listen to me now. There is more work to be done in this class than the planned assignments. The planned assignments are just the ones I know I'm giving, and I'm giving you some fair warning on. All right? There are, and there will be, other assignments to be had, other points to be earned. So don't think that you can just do this and everything will be okay. It won't. All right. So we'll discuss the term paper a little later in the semester. Hopefully when, we have hopefully when the registration is settled and everything's calmed down. All right, so that is your syllabus lecture for Honors Political Science 115. Look forward to working with you all this semester, and I will see you on the 17th. Bye.